I beg, buck me at the Emirates. Buck me at the Emirates, because I'll go. You let me know what game you want to go to. Yo, people, we saying we spraying. Black again with another stream, another Blood Brothers. We're here to talk all things about Arsenal and all things about Nottingham Forest. But before any of that, make sure you're liking the video. Make sure you're subscribing to the channel. Make sure you're heading over to Forest Fan TV, your best Nottingham Forest content you can get out there in the world, and show them some love as well. And yeah, as you lot know, man, are sponsored, by Match Bingo. Done know, must be 18, UK resident. Please gamble responsibly. Make sure you're heading over. I think it's over there. I think I'm pointing the right way to the QR code. You get a 200% first time bonus deposit whenever you put money in. So if you put in a tenner, you get 30. Put in 100, you get 300. Put in a bag, you get 3 bags. Do the math. Makes sense. Link is also in the chat. Y'all know bingo, live actions, get some lines, 3 lines, full house, you win the big jackpot. So Wolfie, you're not here, Wolfie, yeah? There's a lot of things to cover today, yeah? So, and obviously, correct me if I'm wrong, yeah? I'll go through the things we have to cover today. So we have to cover, obviously, Arsenal defeating Nottingham Forest. Sorry that we had to do that to you, but I just had to.
Well, you've been the most respectful, so I hear it.
I'm so sorry that is what I had to do. We also had to cover Arsenal's first game in the Champions League that happened yesterday. I'm assuming that you watched it. And then finally, I think we can round up with your playing today. Swansea in the Carabao Cup. And maybe at the end we can do like maybe some little predictions for the Premier League games that we both have on the weekend. I'm facing Manchester City and you are facing
Burnley.
Oh, what a super easy game. All right, so let's start off with the obvious. Yeah, so you came to the Emirates and you didn't really enjoy your time there. Just like a quick overview, what's your kind of overall thoughts on the game, and how do you feel about Ange's first game as manager of Nottingham Forest?
Well, I went there knowing nothing in terms of what he was going to do, how we were going to play, and I left there knowing nothing in terms of what he's going to do and what he's going to play, bro. I think it just came too quickly and too soon. Yeah. And I just, like I said to you before the game, I don't know, is he going to go Ange ball? Is he going to go Nuno ball? We didn't know. And he ended up trying Nuno ball, but I didn't mind that he did that. My biggest thing was that he played Morato left back, who is a shit centre back as it is, and he got cooked at left back because I've seen him get cooked at centre back, let alone left back. So I don't know why he did that. So it made me think he hasn't studied this team yet. I thought in general you lot played really well. I thought you were very comfortable. I thought Madueke, me, was probably man of the match. But I don't know how much you can take away from that game because, one, we always do rubbish at the Emirates. And secondly, Madueke always does well against Forest. So it's one of those things, man. But, you know, putting all the mini sub-stories aside, I thought you played really well. I thought Mascaro, he looks very good. Very good. Very solid. He kind of was starting a lot of your attacks. I think Calafiori has improved on last season by an exponential amount, I would say. He looks like he's settled into the Premier League. I thought Eze was underused, but I kind of understand it because you were targeting Morato, which is the smart thing to do. I don't think you did too much down the left-hand side until obviously you got that second goal when Savona came on. And he looks all right because we hadn't seen him before yesterday. Before the game, sorry. He looks okay in the first half when he came on for 15 minutes, and then I think that ball over the top knocked his confidence. I'm in a stage now where I don't know too much more about my team, and I need to know a lot more about my team. I think your team, looking at it now, I think it's safe to say the squad depth is very good. Starting 11 is very good. It's now, there is no excuses, bro. There's no excuses on Arteta. And not for you guys. I'm saying for Arteta. There's no excuses. He's been given the tools.
There's no excuses for anyone at Arsenal, involved with Arsenal, connected to Arsenal, representing Arsenal. There's no excuses for anyone anywhere. Like, I'm definitely not an Arsenal fan that's trying to make excuse. Like, I'm well aware of how strong my squad is, and I feel like it got proven again yesterday in the Champions League how strong my squad is. So
came on, you lot have been cussing him. You know what I'm saying?
So I think that every Arsenal fan needs to be rising the machine, and if we don't do anything this season, then I think that all Arsenal fans actually need to unite and be like, yo, why couldn't we do it this season? That's at least the kind of mindset that I've got. But a little cheeky question from Ian White. It should be match bingo though. You know, there's Carabao, there's a lot of shots in corners and throw-ins in Carabao games. You know, Manchester United found that out the hard way. Can I ask you? You're basically saying, can you be seen as a big club? I guess you're basically saying, can you be seen as a big club when you've only had one good team in your whole history?
Is he talking about Forest or Arsenal?
He's definitely not talking about Arsenal. He's definitely talking about. See, the thing is, I don't know if you've had only one good team in your history. I'm not going to pretend like I know that, but like, I think what he's trying to get at is, can you be considered as a big club if the only time of real note in history is the Brian Clough back-to-back?
It's not though, because we won the League Cup as well, 89-90. So Puffy had like 18 years at Forest, and like for 16 of those years, Forest were constantly finishing like even after we won the league, we still finished second the season after. We were constantly in the top 5. Forest as well, as many teams did, got screwed by Liverpool in the mid-80s, where there was the ban on English clubs competing in the European football. Yeah. So we weren't able to compete, even though we finished in those positions. So Forest, it wasn't for a small period of time. It was for a good sustained 15 years. Like, the peak of it was obviously when we won the Champions League back-to-back. Bro, Ian, like, at least don't embarrass yourself with the spelling of Forest, bro. I'm assuming you went to school, right? Because you've done that. I let the first one go, but to do it twice, that's a pattern. That's a pattern.
I'll be real, yeah. I think that Forest is a club right now that's trying to reestablish themselves. I think that's probably the best way to view it. Is Forest are currently a team that's reestablishing themselves, because if we're adults about football conversations, we don't rule out history. Like, I always find it very frustrating when I have conversations with people about football and people want to rule out history. Do you know what the thing that actually frustrates me the most? Yeah. And I'm not taking any digs at Chelsea fans, but I just really hate the way that everyone talks about Arsenal versus Chelsea, and they only consider that, like, the 20 years of Chelsea under Roman Abramovich, but they completely and utterly ignore like everything prior to that. And it's like,
they're not a club beforehand, man.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they won a few things. Like, I know they won a European trophy before Abramovich, but it's like they were actually their average. I looked at it before. Their average finish in the league was at 6th.
Yeah, when I was growing up, Chelsea were finishing like 8th to 10th around those places.
They were West London.
Stamford Bridge wasn't even fully built. They were like, I remember as a kid, they had to get the goal behind, the stand behind the goal. They had to get it sorted out. Like, I don't know if you saw what Lawless said on the overlap.
No.
Did you see what he said? He basically was talking about the Big Six, and he was talking about how some of these Big Six clubs were just lucky because it was a moment in time. Like, if the Premier League, if Forest had done what they did in, say, 79 and 80, in that period. If they had done it in the mid-90s to late 90s, then, for example, Forest had been a Big Six club, or if when Huddersfield were winning leagues was now, then they would have been part of the Big Six. So it's all, football is in cycles. And any Big Six fan that sits there and doesn't say it, go and look at United. Go and look at United. United, when I was growing up, I couldn't see how they would ever be dethroned. Yeah, that's why I used to back Arsenal to like freaking beat them, or Chelsea to beat them, or whoever to beat them. Yeah, exactly. We finished third. But Anne will tell you, Anne lived there. Yeah. Like we were the whole Cloughy era. Like I said, we qualified for Europe. We didn't get into it because of Liverpool. We should have won another European trophy, but there was bribery and match fixing against Anderlecht in '84, I think it was, if I remember rightly, which was proven to be brown envelopes. There's a lot of stuff like that impacts what happens. But again, it's all about how you define big. And for me, we're in this game for trophies. So your trophies define who you are. Now, having said
I don't like that though.
Yeah, but I'll be hypocritical because I think like Arsenal are bigger than Chelsea.
Arsenal are definitely bigger than Chelsea. Like, to me, it's not even a conversation. But do you know what? Yeah, it's the first thing, and I know we're kind of swaying away from the very tactically swaying away from Arsenal punching up Forest. I hear it, but for me,
you brought it up, bro. I didn't say that.
I don't like I don't like the term Big Six, because Big Six is something that was pushed by like Sky Sports and media to generate more money, more traction, all of that stuff. But then I guess also I need to kind of be thankful for that, because as part of the Big Six, I've actually gained a lot of revenue from that being the case. So I feel like it'd be very hypocritical of me to screw it, but I do think that it's not right. It's kind of like making a mini kind of cult inside of the league that pushes certain teams, and it's weird. I do think a lot of it has affected refereeing decisions in the past and so on and so forth. I also think, just on the Big Six, I feel like Arsenal is a team that transcends it. Like, because I hear like football goes in cycles, but Arsenal have been like, they've been there the whole way through my life at the minimum. They've been there. So that from the inception of the Premier League, which Arsenal played a big part, David Dean, in actually breaking away and form. I think David Dean was actually the leading guy that made it happen. Arsenal have been like top four for like the whole time, other than 4 seasons, and that was like in Arsenal's worst decline that I've seen as an Arsenal fan. So I think that Arsenal kind of transcend the Big Six, but I also don't like the word big, because I feel like when people say big in terms of football, there's loads of connotations around like trophies and league finish and all of that stuff. But I look at teams like for example, I look at like football like this. Yeah, I grew up in Galston. Yeah, and I guess you could say the closest big team to there is Norwich. Yeah, and I mean, if you want to, like, you could go a bit further and then say Ipswich, but the closest team, that's the biggest closest team there, is Norwich. Now, the fans of Norwich, Ipswich is not only just down the road. You know what I mean? So the fans of Norwich, and this kind of, and obviously I know that Nottingham Forest is bigger than Norwich, but I think this will kind of resonate with the Forest fans that are watching as well. Is you can't tell me that my team isn't big because I see the support. Do you know what I mean? Like, I see the support in the city. Locally. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like you see this. Like, it's like I believe Nottingham Forest is Nottingham Forest is one of those teams where it's like a one city team, right?
No, we got Notts County, literally.
Man, who gives a shit about County Bowl? It's like, it's pretty much a one. Yeah,
you're talking like legit teams, yeah.
Yeah, like, so if I go to Nottingham, more often than not, on gate weekends, all I'm seeing is Nottingham Forest tops. it's the same in all you're seeing is Norwich. Like, so for me to sit here on a stream, or you know what I mean, or on the internet and say, oh, your team's not big because you're not in the top 4 all the time, or you haven't won the Premier. I don't know, because like, so then what about all those thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people that week in, week out are celebrating their team? Do you know what I mean? So I don't know. I find the conversation
you gotta have a metric though. This is the thing with it. Otherwise, everything becomes subjective. So it's like, is the metric money? Is the metric size of fan base? Is the metric trophies? You know, it's like, it depends, and everyone's gonna spin it to suit their narrative. Like, I still think, like, why are we here? We're here for trophies. That's always been my thing. Like, get the trophies. Again, as Dan says, we got the 10th most trophies. So, and our trophies hold a lot of weight more than some of the teams above us. That's what Ant's not saying there in terms of the big ears and what have you. I just think, like, I'll be honest with you, I'm starting to get bored of the big team conversation. Who's a big team and who's bigger than that? So right now, I'm just interested in seeing how Forest are going to transition into this Ange era. Is it going to work? Is it going to crash on its face? And then I can worry. I've always going to have my 2 stars. I'll always have that over you, over Spurs, over Bear.
I have 2 stars. I have 2 stars.
Yeah, you bought the women's top. You got down.
Yeah, I have 2 stars. I just throwing it out there.
It looks nice. You know what? It looks nice above the cannon. It looks nice, man. You know what I'm saying?
Quickly, by the way, this is, if there's actually 25 likes at the moment, that's absolutely diabolical. You man, I promise you man better slap this like now, or I promise you, all my streams will become podcasts, and there'll be no face, and you'll just see a little circle with the vibration when I speak. Because I promise you, that is absolutely that. This is what all of the streams will become if the likes don't get up. Yeah. So, and I know I've got a very cool picture. And I mean, that's probably the coolest picture you've seen of Wolfie. So it's kind of good. Man said keep it at 25, like you're forward. So yeah, so people, do your job.
Maybe they prefer us without the cams on, man.
Yeah, hey, you know what? If we don't hit, if we don't pay our rent, if we don't pay our rent by, I don't know, by 30 minutes into the stream halfway through, then there will be a 5-minute interval of podcast only. But big up all the 100 people inside, innit? You get me? I was normally more to say, man. Hey, so I'm on a journey this year to prove to everybody that Wolfie's actually a very level-headed guy. It's just that you guys only watch him on panel shows where his main aim is to rattle people. Do you know what I mean? Hey, well, I'm not from Norwich, but Norwich is the closest big team to where I was actually born. So yeah,
I used to have to cover the whole of the Norfolk area, man.
Norfolk, you know about Norfolk? Hey,
yeah, man. A47 then, isn't it? Not A47, sorry. Yeah, it was A47.
Yeah, A47. Yeah.
To the Norwich. Yeah. Bro, that road drove me fucking crazy.
Oh my
God. With them fucking tractors, single lane carriage, man, and mobile police units. I don't see mobile police units anywhere apart from on the A47, man. The A47. You know what the funniest thing is? I know
that stuff is close. Yeah, come on, son. Yeah.
I'll tell you where was that place I used to have to go? What's that place with Dean in Norwich, just before Norwich on the A47?
I don't know.
I'll find it on the map.
By the way, I want everyone to acknowledge, if you don't believe that Wolfie is a smart guy, look at how he has tactically avoided any slewing, for losing to Arsenal 3-0.
We've already spoken about that, bro. What are you talking about? Wait, now I need to know.
Great Yarmouth. You know what I'm saying? The Great Yarmouth. Yeah, man, let's go.
Dereham, that's it, Dereham. I used to have to work loads in Dereham, man. And I used to have to go to a place called Gayton as well in Norwich. Anyway. All right, let's talk about
I don't really have much to say, because look, I expected the win. Because I said it on the show that we did prior. I expected the win. I expected it to be more comfortable. before the game because Ange was there and I expected more attacking football. But like I messaged you before the game started, like I was actually surprised by the lineup. I couldn't believe how reserved. And then obviously watching the first half, I can't believe how reserved Ange actually went. Like I feel like Ange might have done better if he just went Ange from the beginning. But
I thought he would do that in the second half, you know. I thought once we went 2-0 down, I would thought it would have been a good time for him just to be like, all right, fuck it, let's start trying some stuff out. Game's gone. Because the game went after that second goal. It was dead.
Yeah. And
he didn't. And he just, I feel like he just threw the game.
What an amazing
goal. You know what I'm saying?
What an amazing goal, by the way. The goal was Zubamendi. By the way,
I think Bell should have saved it. How about that?
I don't know, man. Like the Zubamendi, what a goal, man. What a goal. Hey, Janu. Sorry. I don't know why I saw Janu. Jahio. That's what I'm rolling with. Let me know if that's not the name, yeah. But I feel like there's too much negative. But do you know what? Yeah, I really don't. I understand, yeah, and this can apply to any team. I understand you watching a game and not being happy with what you see while you're watching the game, because you probably that probably was the case when you was watching the Arsenal game, not being happy with what you're seeing and then being angry in the moment. But what I don't understand is the endless negativity after the moment. Do you know what I mean? Like I don't understand it. It doesn't really make sense to me because like I don't know what I still don't know what honestly I still don't know what it achieves. I really don't know what it achieves.
But why do people? I've never understood this. Why do people care about negative fans so much, or why do people care that people can't have a negative opinion? It's like
you can,
you know. But what I'm saying is like you can't fucking criticize any player anymore at any time without being accused of being a negative fan. Like, I don't know where this thing has come from. I don't know where this thing's come from.
But there's gradations though. Wolfie, there is gradations.
There's extremes. I'm saying there's extremes. Yeah. But here's the thing. If your team wins and wins consistently, anyone who's being negative looks like a dickhead. That's the thing. As long as you're winning and you're winning consistently, it's hard to, and you're winning stuff, you can't be negative. And anyone who's being negative then makes themselves look stupid by being negative. That's the thing. So the negativity stops when teams start winning and start winning trophies. That's the thing. So it's still on the players. I don't care if a fan is negative, and I don't care if a fan is positive, and I don't care if a fan is somewhere in the middle. What I don't like is when fans are scared to have their own opinions.
Yeah.
And you do get that. Like if someone wants to feel negative, let them feel negative, man. That's not impacting my life. It's not if someone wants to be positive about a player or you know, I disagree with their opinion on a player, cool. As long as someone can justify they don't have to justify to me, but if I'm having a conversation with them, if me and you are sitting here and I said to you, you were telling me that Forest played well on Saturday and I'm telling you they played shit. If you gave me reasons to why you thought Forest played well, then I'm happy to have that discussion, right? But if you're just going to say Forest played well because you're just being positive, toxic positivity, then I have an issue with that. But like different opinions make it better, man. If we're all sitting here saying the same thing, it's fucking dead, man.
I care very little about whether you're negative or whether you're positive or whether you're a balanced fan like me. Yes, I'm a balanced fan. I care very little where you sit on the spectrum. What I actually care about is it seems like now when it comes to football discourse, people care more about what I say than what is happening with their football team. And that's what I don't like.
Yeah,
I actually don't like that. Like I'm now getting to the point where when I start acknowledging that, oh, people care more about being right than and what other people say versus what their team's actually doing, then that's where like now it's like I just shut out from it. I'll be so real. I'll be so honest. Because like look, like do you know what? This may be a good segue, and I'm gonna allow you. We're gonna segue. I won't punch you up on the loss that you had to Arsenal. It's cool with blood brothers. We can talk more about it when we go to your ground and do the same thing. So yeah.
See.
So so Arsenal in the UCL yesterday, yeah. Man said, okay, I'll acknowledge you, OBN. I'll acknowledge you. It's all about what's done on the pitch and the end result. Done, no hate over here because Arsenal made him money, yeah, or her. I think OBN.
Let me just add one more thing before you segue on the fan thing. The one thing.
Quickly, wait, just quickly.
God.
I think because my club made you money, you should share a percentage with me and Super Chat.
That sounds fair. That sounds fair.
You get
because shout out to Curtis, man. Curtis won like 10 grand on one of his bets, and he sent Never a Foul 200, and he sent me 200. Yeah, he paid his tax, man. Paid his tax.
Hey, OBN, be like Curtis. Be like Curtis Jones.
Big up Curtis. Now, just one last point I want to make on this whole fan opinion thing. The one thing I cannot tolerate is when someone is not willing to change their mind. When they dug their heels in so hard on, let's just say Arteta absolutely cooks this season. You win the league by 15 points, and let's go further. You do the double. You win the Champions League as well. Okay, I'll be like, I'll be one of the first. Now it doesn't impact me because I'm not an Arsenal fan. But I would first say fair play to him. I had many doubts about him, and he's come through and he's done it. I still think there will be Arsenal fans who will say it was in spite of Arteta, not because of Arteta.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
now I may run that narrative myself. I don't know. It depends what panel we're on. But it's not my club. You get me? But there will be. I'm talking internally. There will be teams like take Andy for example in the chat. This little fraud here. He is Ange out. Okay, bring him up. Shame him. Bring him up. He is Ange out. He is Ange out before he walks through the door. He hates me right now because I'm prepared to give Ange a chance. Now, what I want to know from Andy is if Ange goes and wins the next 5 games in a row, is he still going to be Ange out, or is he going to just stick and hold onto his position to see that? You get me? So that's what I'm interested to see. And the problem, what these chat guys don't know, Hooks, is that we can get receipts on them. You know how everyone clips us up and we're all over the place on my timeline and stuff? We can go back to these live chats and just look at the receipts. It's easy. It's easy to do. So Andy, answer the question. Sorry, carry on. Do your segue.
So I'm with Andy Defense League. All right, by the way, people, 118 inside. Just make sure we're hitting the like button. So look, I guess it kind of ties into, because I wanted to bring in what Arsenal in the Champions League. Yeah, so cool. When I was watching the game against Bilbao yesterday, I was so frustrated for large portions of that game. I feel like, credit to them, they pressed really well. Like and that's part of what annoys me about fan opinions. If Arsenal don't kill a game, they never look to the other side and go, oh, but the other team played well. Do you know what I mean? Like, they never look at it from that perspective. And it's very similar to the league. Like, when Arsenal don't win a league, it's like, oh, Arsenal lost the league. But it's like, well, but 19 other teams lost the league as well. It wasn't just Arsenal. Like, they never look at, oh, Man City was exceptional or Liverpool was exceptional. It's always, oh, Arsenal was bad. And that's the level of lack of balance that I don't like. But when it came to this game, I was watching it and I was like, wow, this midfield. The same midfield setup we went up against Liverpool, and literally you could actually go back to the live match reaction that I did with D, Big Up Family on TV, and the exact analysis I made of the midfield setup in that match reaction is exactly what you saw again in the game yesterday. We already know that we don't really create chances or opportunities when we have that midfield. It's not balanced. It doesn't it's too worksman. It's like, and the thing is, it's hard for Zubamendi to control or dictate because he's got Rice moving he's up here, over there, up, down. Sometimes he's centre back, sometimes he's left mid, sometimes he's in the position of the striker. It's too chaotic. And then you've got Marino, who now he's like, oh, I don't quite know who do I follow? Like, do I play off of Declan Rice and take him into consideration, or do I play off of Zubomendi? And it's too much confusion, and it just ends up being real static. And when it's static, Zubomendi can't control because he likes to lay the ball off and he likes to move and then receive the ball back. And it's really difficult to do that with that midfield setup. That midfield setup, yeah, actually locked Eze out of the game. Because of that demonic midfield setup, Calafiori's now, he's not staying high and wide. Because in the game against you, he was staying high and wide, which allowed Eze to come inside. But because Declan Rice is here, there, everywhere, then Calafiori is not really going to be over there. So he's coming more, he's inverting more, which is leaving Eze high and wide. And by the way, we didn't even really try to find Eze in that game. Don't get me wrong. I think personally, Madueke should have had an assist because Eze should be more aware of his surroundings and he should attack the ball. If he attacks the ball, instead of waiting for the ball to come to him, he scores. Madueke has an assist, and then all of the agendas that I'm hearing about Madueke after this game, they don't exist anymore because he got an assist. But his end product wasn't great in that game. But again, another thing he was doing that he did in the Forest game, which I liked, is he's a constant threat. I think he was the most positive player for Arsenal on the ball. Whenever he picks up the ball, his immediate thought is, I need to challenge the left back, attack the left back. And be it as it may, it amounted to nothing for him specifically, but Arsenal still came away with the win. Yeah. Now, in this game, I was screaming at the TV, make a sub, change it up. It's not working. Sub, make sub. And then Arteta finally makes a sub. And the sub that he made, I didn't agree with. Yeah. So he took off Victor Gyökeres, which maybe it had a bit to do with the gash he had in his head. Maybe it had a bit to do with the fact that he took him off in the 60th, between the 60th to 70th minute against Forest. I think he has Man City in mind, for whatever reason it was. But he took him off and brought on Trossard to play in the 9, which was weird because he kept Marino on, but kept Marino in the 10 and brought Trossard on and put him in the 9. So in my head, I'm thinking, why didn't you take off Marino, move Eze to the 10, and then put Trossard on the left? Because that, to me, in my mind, that would have made more sense. Yeah.
Or he could have put Marino up front, put Trossard on the left, Eze in the 10.
Or that.
If you wanted to do that, yeah.
Or that. But then he brought on Martinelli. Yeah. And he took Eze off. Yeah. And at this moment, I'm like,
head gone.
But then his subs changed the game. You know that we talk about in-game management?
Yeah.
His in-game management affected the game. His in-game management took that game from a game that realistically, if he kept on the same set of players that he started with, we probably draw the game. But the changes
that he made, was going towards a draw.
Yeah. The players that he brought on won us the game. So now, yeah, and it was very hard after the game to kind of get to this state of mind. But I was so annoyed with Arteta during the game that I kind of took what he did for granted tactically with the changes. But I now have, as an Arsenal fan, I have to sit here and acknowledge Arteta won Arsenal the game. And that's what you want from your manager. You want your manager to make changes to impact games. And that's exactly what he did. Yeah, I'm harsh on Martinelli. I feel like my harshness on Martinelli is justified. But again, the one praise that I give him and the one thing that I say that all of his best moments come from is exactly how he scored. On transition through the middle of the park, doesn't have to think about too much. Just, I score. The finish was poor. Yeah. The finish was poor. But he scored.
Was poor as well.
Yeah. And then he got an assist. So the thing that I think he's really poor at is when he's on the left, actually attacking his man, beating his man, and then the decision making. Well, he did that right. He did it right. So I have to be like, cool, Martinelli, cool. Hats off to you. But I need to see more of that now going forward. Trossard, two subs in both games, impact, 3 GA. So it's like, cool. So now I'm looking at the bigger picture and I'm going, okay, our depth is actually mad.
Like, your depth is good. There's a lot to unpack from that. Firstly, I hear what you're saying about Arteta impacting the game with his subs. My argument would be he set you up wrong in the first place, and the subs were a correction onto some of the stuff he did. I think you have, and I think most people would agree, one of the best backlines in the league. I don't think against a Bilbao, you need to go that defensive, even though you're away from home, especially when Nico Williams is out, who's their big danger man. I think you would still dominate that game if you went for a Zubimendi and a Rice, or a Moreno and a Zubimendi. I don't think you had to go 3. I think what you missed in that setup was the creativity. I would have gone Wanyeri if Odegaard wasn't fit. I personally would like to see Eze in the Odegaard position. I think this would be a perfect time to put him in there. I don't know what you then do on the left, but anyway, that's a whole other story. So I think, I get what you're saying. Now, it's not a bad thing. I'm not saying it as a negative to Arteta, because once you get your setup wrong, sometimes you get pig-headed managers that will die on that sword and don't want to change it up. At least fair play to him, he changed it up and the impact happened. But I just don't think you needed to be that workmanlike in the midfield. There's the same midfield 3 as against Liverpool, wasn't it?
Very, very industrious.
Yeah, now I can kind of to extent understand it against Liverpool, but not against not against Bilbao, right? So that for me was a mistake. In terms of Martinelli, I am sick of the reactionariness in fans, and I think I've seen a couple in here saying to you, when you're going to apologize to him. Let me give them some breaking news. Every footballer at some point will have the odd good game and have the odd impact. That doesn't turn him into Zidane overnight. It's what I'm understanding about this YouTube game is both panelists and people who watch in the chat have the memories of goldfish. The only important result is the previous one. So if Gyökeres played shit yesterday, he's the worst striker in history. If he scored a hat-trick, he's the greatest striker in history. Everything becomes about that freaking 24-hour period rather than a longer, more sustained picture. It's why I haven't gone that harsh on Wirtz. I will tomorrow, because we got to do what we got to do tomorrow with Cal. Get me? But that's different. But what I will be asking tomorrow is, why is it okay for Gyökeres to catch smoke when he scored 3 and 4, but Wirtz is a protected species at 004? Do you know what I mean? It's like double, and this is why my rope for Wirtz would have been about 10 games. Let's see what he's done after 10 games. But the Liverpool fans are the ones attacking Gyökeres. Yet when it comes to Wirtz, it's too soon. He's coming from a different league and what have you. But this goes back to my point about the narrow-mindedness of fans in this space where they can't look. Like, Forest lost to Arsenal. No one predicted Forest were going to beat Arsenal, including myself. I said, at best, if we get lucky, there'll be a manager bounce 2-2. The reaction off the back of it from Forest fans, from the other YouTubers, I was on Potts' channel on Monday. Forest have gone from being a top half team in a lot of people's mind to now being relegated off the back of a game. It's like the reactionariness of the flip-floppingness is extreme. There's not many measured takes anymore. And I get it, we got to do what you got to do on the panel shows and what have you. So this is my problem. So back to the game. I thought, look, 2-0 away at home, Champions League, first day. You take the result, you run. Was the performance great for the first 60, 65 minutes? No, not really. But as you said, he made the subs. It impacted. It worked. No one got injured. Take your 3 points and move on. I don't think it needs to be any deeper than that.
In my mind, we're the favourites now.
So this is where you're going.
No, in my mind, we're the favourites now.
What the thing I just said, bro.
No, but you know why? No, before that game, I had Arsenal down as one of the favourites for.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Now I have them as the favourites. And there's but I'm gonna caveat that with, if we run into one of the English teams along the way, that could change, because I do think if anyone is gonna beat Arsenal, it'll be one of the English teams. But you see,
who knocked you out last year? Wasn't English.
PSG, but we cool. But we had so many we didn't have nowhere near our first team.
I was just talking.
But we didn't have nowhere near our first team. And I think if we had our first teamers in there, it's a different story. But I have reasoning. I have logic behind it. I have logic. I have logic behind it. Yeah. So the way that Arsenal are so defensively structured, I don't think that any European team is going to be able to break it down. We're too good defensively. Like a lot of people will look at it like, it's just Bilbao, but they'll completely ignore the fact that Bilbao are a very good defensive team. Look at the way that they was pressing us with intent. Like they're not jokers. They're not no jokers. Like I didn't just beat, I don't know, Swansea at their ground 2-0. Do you know what I mean? Like this is the fourth most successful team in Spanish history. Do you know what I mean? Like,
okay, but the gap between second and third in Spanish history is.
I'm saying in it. Like, all I'm saying is, if people look at how Arsenal set up going away from home in Europe, if we do that against most teams, we leave with at least a point. And that's more than enough. That's more than enough, because at home we'll punch these teams up. And then, do you know what? Because I make because this is the thing, yeah. Bro, defensively, Arsenal I don't think people understand.
You're gonna ignore all the other fans saying, "Why you?"
Yeah, I hear it, but I don't think. Oh, yeah, you saw it at Anfield. Yeah, defensively, it's not a joke. And then this is now, because what I'm doing is I'm not just, because to your reactionary point, I'm not doing that. I'm looking at a game that we faced similar, in the Champions League last season. Yeah, the quality is a bit different because Inter Milan are better than Bilbao. But when we went to Inter Milan's ground, we lost 1-0. But it was a very similar game in the way that the flow of the game was going. No one was scoring from open play. In that game, Arteta didn't make the changes to go and get the win. In this game, we have the depth to go and make the changes to go and get the win. We lost that game 1-0. We won this game 2-0. So now I'm looking at the, for example, we'd probably face a similar sort of game state against Atletico Madrid. Probably a similar game state against the Inter Milan. Do you know what I mean? But now I'm like, that game state that we face, I'm not. I think we win. I think
you're jumping, bro. I don't know why you gotta take it to that nth degree. Why can you just stop at you are one of the favorites? Because I'll tell you the thing. That's all fine. You're missing. I'll tell you the thing you're missing.
Me saying that I'm a favorite. Me saying that I'm a favorite, doesn't mean that, like, I'm not saying we are going to win.
But you said you are the favorite, not a favorite.
For me saying the favorite, you can be a favorite and not win. The favorite doesn't always win the Champions League. PSG wasn't the favorite for the Champions League last season.
I know, but when
Chelsea won the Champions League, they won the favorite.
You are coming across with the implication that you think you're going to win it.
I think we can win it. Okay, but saying being the favorite and winning are two different things. Like I just said, the favorite doesn't. Liverpool weren't the favorites for the Premier League last season.
Yeah, but you've upgraded from one of the favorites to the favorite.
In my mind, I mean, in my mind, I'm allowed to have my own opinion.
If you were to say to me, who's gonna win? I don't know. Arsenal are playing Burnley, and if I turned to you and said, "I think Arsenal are favourites to win it," I'm saying that Arsenal are gonna win it. It's just semantics now. But
I think what you're doing is
Huh?
But I think what you're doing is semantics.
It's not, because you've gone from. All right, ask the chat how they interpreted what you said, because I interpreted it as you saying you're gonna win it. That was my interpretation of it. And I
Okay,
actually think,
so
I think you
then I
believe
can
that as
clarify.
well.
I can clarify.
Okay, clarify, but I think you
Your
believe that
interpretation
as
is
well.
incorrect because, like I even said in my monologue, we can come up against an English team and we could lose because English teams know how to, like, they're used to dealing with the way Arsenal play.
But that underlines the point that what you're saying is if you don't come across an English team, you're saying you win it.
I'm the favorite. Yeah, but favorites don't always win. I think we can win it. I think we have a very high percentage of winning it. Very, very high percentage of winning it. But favorite
you're not taking account external factors that are definitely going to happen. Right? At some point, you're going to run into a Barca, a Real, a PSG, or what have you. They're not English. They're not.
Yeah, English. But I think that we beat the majority of them. I think Barca gives us the hardest game, and I would say probably at their ground they probably beat us. But I feel like at the Emirates we can beat them. I think we could go to Barca and get a. In all fairness, Wolfie, if you go back and you look at the way. So when we played the PSG game, yeah. If you go back and look at that, yeah, we didn't have nowhere near the squad available that we do now. Nowhere near.
But that's different settings because you were running after Real Madrid that you're going to go on and win it. Right? At least then you were going into the semi-finals, bro. You're spunking your load after the first round of the first group stage match. I'm saying a couple of key things. One, if Gyökeres gets injured, you're done up front. You got no backup striker.
Only right now. Well, I don't know because Marino, he did pretty well up front last season.
Okay, is Marino on Gyökeres' level as a striker?
Nowhere near.
Okay, so don't give me Marino, right?
But you can't deny, Wolfie, that we got to the semi-finals pretty much with Moreno as the striker last season.
Bro, you're talking about last season, man. You're talking about last
season.
No,
but I'm just giving you now. You're talking about Marino. You're talking about Marino. But you're talking about Marino in the 9 like he's some scrub, bro. He's actually.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm saying the level from Gyökeres to him is night and day. Otherwise, why did you buy Gyökeres? Could have saved yourself 60 million or whatever.
Yeah, but football's a team sport.
Come on, he's not a striker. He's not a striker, bro. Don't run this.
Bro, he may not be a striker, but I saw him score 4 goals for Spain.
Okay. All right, let me ask you this. If Gyökeres is injured and Havertz and Moreno are fit, who's Arteta gonna start?
I don't know, you know. That's actually a good question. Because I'm starting to feel. I'll be real. It's a tricky decision for Arteta now. You know, I don't think it's as simple as start Havertz. I think he might actually start Moreno over Havertz. I'm starting to feel that. He's got an eye for goal, but he's got an eye for goal. You know?
Let's be factual here. Let's not forget. What's his name? Arteta in the summer said that even when you get Gyökeres, it's still Havertz's position to lose. Let's be real here. You know,
I don't know if he said that exactly.
He said it, bro. He said I've got the quote from the Athletic somewhere. So let's be real here. But that's not even. This is a side point. The point for me.
Please read this.
You have to talk about last season to understand how more equipped we are this season to win things. Okay, but what that point is missing is the second point I'm coming onto. You haven't won it before. Okay,
I know.
This Champions League is only won by, I think, 17 different teams.
PSG never won it last season before. Like that was the first time that PSG.
Yeah, but they built up and built up and built up to it. My point here is this.
Wait, so have we?
One semi-final.
So the season. So not last season. The season before, we got quarterfinals. Then the very next season we got semi-finals. I'm expecting us to go one step further into the final.
Okay, going to the final isn't winning it, bro.
Yeah, but you got to get to the final to win it, no?
Yeah, but this is the point. When was the last time Arsenal were in any final? Well, yeah.
When we won the FA Cup. Yeah, we won the FA Cup like 6 years ago.
So you've been dry 5 years now. 5-6 years, whatever it is. Here's my point. I'm not saying you can't win it, bro. My point is you're jumping from a 2-0 away win Arsenal built up to their quarters to semis. Okay, so the next step is final, which isn't winning it. Then you're going to run the 50-50 narrative. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. You don't go from quarters to semis and guarantee final
SLD,
next season.
Yeah, actually, SLD's right. It's actually for the final. We're talking final. Yeah, the Community Shield.
Okay, now we're doing like
I'll be shameless.
never foul stuff here now, man. Like that's what we're doing here now, right? That's what we're doing here. I'm just saying. Look, here's my point. I think you can win it, but
so do I.
But I think to jump from you can win it to you are favourites because you went to Bilbao and won 2-0 is crazy. Because
I'm sharing my opinion though.
I hear it, but I'm telling you,
I'm not saying it as if it's. I'm not saying it as if it's like as if it's gospel or if it's the word of law or it's like I'm not speaking as if I'm the most high and everything I say can't be wrong. Like I'm just stating my opinion. It's not even based on the result. It's based on the fact that we got the result off of the performance. It's actually based off as well. It's actually based off as well. Wolfie, I've conceded 1 goal in 5 games and it was a wonder free kick. If that wonder free kick doesn't go in, I've got 5 clean sheets out of 5 games.
So why doesn't he trust your defense more?
But I think we're getting those clean sheets because everyone defends.
Yeah, but okay.
That's why we're keeping the clean sheets because, like, look, this is what people need to understand about Arteta and the way that he sets up in his tactics. Yeah. He wants all players on the field to be involved in all phases of the game. So it's not just like everybody defends. He wants everybody to attack as well. So when we attack, he wants everybody to attack. You see that with the likes of Timber pushing forward. You see that with the likes of Mosquera, Gabriel being real high. You see that with the likes of Calafiori popping up all over the pitch. When we defend, he wants everybody to defend to make it harder for teams to score, which is what we're doing, which is why for a long time, Martinelli has been his favorite choice. But I feel like he's learning, maybe someone else can do that defensive part a bit worse than Martinelli, but they can do the other side a lot better than Martinelli. So over time, you're going to start seeing Eza be better at tracking back and doing his defensive duties, but he's also better at going forward. Saka's one of the best right wingers in the world because he is one of the right wingers that goes back and goes forward at a minimum 8 out of 10 level. There's not too many wingers that do that, going backwards and forwards. So Arteta is about total football. And if people don't understand that, then that's on, like, I'm way past like the subjectivity of football. I'm just telling you how Arteta's brand of football is. And I feel like Arteta's brand of football is suited very well to the Champions League. Yeah. Do you know why? Because what do teams do in the Champions League? They attack you. They don't care about your strengths. They want to score. They want to excite. So how are these teams breaking down my defense?
Okay, there's so
nobody's done it yet. The build.
Okay, let's start with what you're talking about with the defense. Okay, I get it. Your defense is solid, and you're saying you've conceded 1 goal. How many goals have Liverpool conceded? It's 2 against Bournemouth. They conceded
2 against Newcastle.
Yeah. Any others? Let's just say 5.
They conceded 4. Well, if you count the Community Shield, they conceded 2 to Palace, so it'd be 6.
I forget the Community Shield, right? So they've conceded 4 goals. They've conceded 4 times the amount of goals that you have, yet the 1 goal you conceded is more expensive than all 4 of their goals put together. So I get what you're saying.
You can't say that at game week 4.
Yes, I can say that.
You can't say that at game week 4.
Why can't I say that?
Because it's game week 4.
No. The goal they've conceded.
You won't know how expensive that goal Arsenal conceded is until we get to the end of the season.
No. I'm not saying that it's cost you the league or whatever. I'm putting perspective into what you're saying about the goals you've conceded. Because you're saying 1 goal, 1 goal, 1 goal. Okay, let me ask you this. Would you be happier having conceded 1 goal, being on, what are you on? 9 points. 9 points?
12.
3 wins, huh?
Wow, sorry, my math is mad. Yeah, 9 points. Yeah.
9 points, right? Would you be happy having conceded 1 goal being on 9 points or conceded 4 goals being on 12 points?
At the moment, to me, it doesn't. I don't really care. I'll be so real. I don't really care. It's game week 4. I already know.
Do you understand the point I'm making? Do you understand the point I'm making?
I understand the point you're trying to make.
Has cost you 3 points. The 4 goals Liverpool have conceded have cost them 0 points. That's why it's expensive.
I understand the point you're trying to make.
Context behind what you're saying on this.
I understand the point you're trying to make, but I feel like the point that you're trying to make is too early to make that point.
Yeah, but I could say it's too early to say the 1 goal point you're making is definitely too early, bro, because you're not going to go the rest of the season only conceding 1 goal.
I didn't think that I would be at game week 4 and only conceded 1 goal.
Why?
Why? Because I played Man United at Old Trafford, I played Liverpool at Anfield, and I played Nottingham Forest.
Yeah,
the Leeds one is neither here nor there because Leeds is where. So look, this is where we're now talking about me specifically. I'm not talking about Arsenal as a collective. I'm talking about me specifically. I thought I would have conceded more goals by now. I definitely thought Liverpool would have scored more than 1 goal at Anfield. I thought at the bare minimum, Man United are scoring 1 goal at Old Trafford. Because you need to remember, when I went to play Man United, it wasn't confirmed that they were shit. Because it was game week 1. Nobody knew. No, but they had Mo come in, they had Cunha come in, they had Sesko come in. I'm looking at they've made new signings. I'm like, okay, maybe something's gonna change. I definitely didn't think I would be. And then on top of that, I went to Bilbao. I thought I would keep a clean sheet at Bilbao, but it's very easy to concede goals in the Champions League. I've played 5 games and I've only conceded 1 goal. And the 1 goal that I conceded is not from open play. I've conceded 0 goals from open play. That backs up my point about my defense.
Like, you're usually really sensible with your takes, bro. I think you're extrapolating some takes that I'm not saying they can't be true. I'm just saying you're doing it too early. That's my point here. That's my point. Yeah, exactly. Like, you got Man City this weekend, haven't you?
Yeah. Hey, maybe so.
So let me ask you this. Let me ask you, if Man City beat you 3-0 at the Emirates, I know you're gonna say, I know you're gonna say it's not gonna happen and what have you. Then, and Liverpool, who have Liverpool got? Everton. Everton.
Yeah.
Okay, so if Liverpool have Everton and they beat them 1-0, you lose 3-0 to Man City. You've now both conceded 4 goals. What I'm saying is, now I don't think it happens 3-0. But I'm saying your narrative of we've only conceded 1
not a narrative.
It is a narrative.
It's not bro. It's the facts.
The facts
everything I said is a fact.
No, the facts on the small sample. You keep saying things like too early. The facts are you have one of the best defenses in Europe. That's the facts. You can run that narrative.
And why do we have and what is
behind the 1 goal thing? It's silly, bro.
But what's the data point that's pointing towards Arsenal factually having the best defense? What is
last season?
No.
It's a bigger sample size.
No. What is Wolfie? What is the data point that is pointing towards Arsenal having the best defense?
Last season.
No.
Okay, is your defense different?
Oh no. Yeah,
Calafiori was in there, and you're using.
Yes, it is different. It's different.
And you using
Miles Lewis-Kelly was starting last season.
But you're using Calafiori, who was available as well.
And Mosquera's been playing ahead of Saliba because Saliba's been injured.
Correct. Fair. But my point is, no one has ever argued about Arsenal's defense not being one of the best. Would you agree with that? Have you heard anyone saying Arsenal's defense is shit?
No.
Okay. My point here is, if you go and whatever, let's say you have a 4-3 against Man City. You win 4-3. You've conceded 3 goals. That makes your tally 4.
I understand what it is. I understand the issue. Yeah. It's like with Kanye West. A lot of people don't like Kanye West, yeah, because he's confident and he believes in himself, yeah. And this is what it is. I believe in Arsenal, and you don't like it because I believe in Arsenal. So do you know what? you know what?
Okay, let me ask
Hey,
you this.
we're not the
Crystal
favorite.
Palace-
We're not the favorite. Hey, it's cool. I'll retract. Hey, we're one of the favorites.
Okay, let me ask you this, Hooks. Is Crystal Palace's defense as good as yours?
Is that a serious question?
Yes, it's a serious question.
You sure it's not a rhetorical one? Because it feels like
it's a serious question. Is Crystal Palace's defense as good as yours?
no.
Okay. Crystal Palace have conceded 1 goal. You've conceded 1 goal this season. By your logic, Crystal Palace's defense is as good as yours. Is Tottenham's defense?
No. Because they didn't concede their goal from a set piece. They conceded it from open play. I conceded my goal from
okay.
one set piece.
Is Tottenham's defense as good as yours?
The same thing can apply to them. But I actually think that not only Tottenham's defense, I think Tottenham just in general has been amazing this season so far.
Is their defense as good as yours?
I said the same applies as Crystal Palace. No.
Okay, so by that logic, what you're saying is that in open play, your defense is better than theirs, but under set pieces, theirs is better than yours. Then?
No, I'm just saying. I don't think you understand what I'm. It's not even that I conceded a set piece. It was a wonder free kick. Szoboszlai took a free kick in the very next game.
It doesn't matter. It went in
from a closer position and skied it over the bar. It is a wonder free kick, bro.
It doesn't matter. It went in.
I know it went in, but it's still a wonder
like
free
me
kick.
Saying Zubimendi hit a wonder shot against Forest.
Hold
on. And then 10 minutes later, he hit the same shot, which he did, and skied it over the bar.
Yeah, he did.
So what I'm going to say,
if you look at my match reaction, it actually says Zubimendi won the goal. I'm acknowledging that it's a wonder.
You can't pick and choose at the goal. It doesn't matter because the one is in the one column.
No, I don't think you understand what I'm saying. Yeah.
No, you're missing my point.
No,
when I said to you, hold on, let me just land my point. When I said to you, the reason your defense is one of the best is because of the sample size of last season is a better argument than what you're saying that your defense is the best because of 4 games. Because by that logic, you have to say Palace's defense is as good as yours and Spurs' defense is as good as yours.
Oh, swear down, Sava raided, man. What?
Big up, Sav.
What? Big up Sava for the raid.
Good timing. Hooks is claiming that Spurs' defense is as good as Arsenal's.
Wow.
I'd love his opinion on it.
Everyone that comes through from Sava's channel, just make sure you're hitting the like button. Make sure you're subscribing to the channel. We're trying to get to 10K. Make sure you are subscribing to Forest Fan TV. Because Wolfie is my brother, my blood. Even though he's been slewing me.
Not been slewing you, bro.
Even though he's been slewing me, yeah. Because obviously he doesn't like the fact that I'm being very confident about my team. It's fine though, because we're gonna use Sava's raid as a nice little segue into something that is very, very important. Yeah, because I think it is Ange Postecoglou's burst test. Yeah. Now, I don't believe that the Arsenal game mattered. Sorry, I believe that the Arsenal game didn't matter. Yeah. Regardless of what happened, I didn't think that it mattered because hey, it's Ange's first game. It's up against Arsenal at the Emirates.
Ooh, sorry, is that true? Juju saying you're a top gooner.
Wait, where did you say that? Hey, big up the animal. Wolfie doesn't know Big Hawks is a top gooner. So, Juju, I'm going to let everybody know this, yeah? And this is because there may be new people here. Yeah? So, it will be good for them to understand this. I am not a directional gooner. I'm not a top gooner, not a bottom gooner. Not a left gooner, right gooner, up gooner, down gooner, diagonal gooner. You get me? Round gooner, spherical goon, none of them gooners. I am an Arsenal fan. Yeah, that's what I am. I support Arsenal but the one thing I will say is I wear my heart on my sleeve for my club. And I feel like that's what a lot of people should do. You know, I'm big up Aussie Frank lover. We love that over these sides. And you know what? I'll say as well, you know what? How about this? I am deluded. You know why? Because fan is a shortened and it's an abbreviation of fanatic. For you to be a fan of a club, it implies a certain level of delusion. If you don't have a certain level of delusion about your club, you are not a fan. So yeah. So now you see this game that Ange has the first real test.
Tonight.
Yeah. What's your thoughts and feelings on this game? Because you know what? I'll share mine briefly. Yeah.
Fun.
I don't know too much about Swansea currently. I don't know how they're faring in the championship or anything like that. The only thing I do know is historically they've been a difficult team to play against from time. They've done good stuff over the years. Yeah. Now, this is probably one of the more difficult
championship teams. Yeah, they're about 6th or 7th in the league. Yeah.
Yeah. And for third round, it's a difficult test. Is it at home or away?
Away.
It's away as well. So that makes it a bit more difficult. So I think that Ange. So this is this. If I was a Nottingham Forest fan, this is what I would be looking at. Ange, do you play a more risky team? Because Ange, the one thing that Ange shouldn't be is risk averse because it just is so counterproductive to his style.
We are, mate.
The second thing I'm looking at is, does he change up the midfield? Yeah, because it is a Carabao Cup game. I don't want to be seeing the same midfield that I saw playing against Arsenal. And then the third thing I'll be looking at is, does he go gung-ho from the start, or does he apply the same sort of thing he did against Arsenal and be a bit more reserved and then only open up when he concedes? Those are the three things that I would be looking at. But what is your kind of opinion and thoughts and feelings on the upcoming game?
My first and foremost opinion, and non-negotiable, is that, see what I'm saying? That's what I was telling you about with the fucking the YouTube chat with people. My first and foremost is exactly that.
Yeah.
Douglas Luiz don't play. Me and Ange are gonna have serious conversations. Douglas Luiz has to play tonight. I need to see what Hutchinson can do. I need to see what Backward can do. Bro, Backward's first touch in that Forest shirt was arousing. The way he who ended up getting booked off the back of his first touch? Was it Gabriel? I can't remember.
I can't remember. I'll be
Came
honest.
on, absolutely dusted one of your. Might have been your fullback. He hacked him down. I need to see more of him. Callum Mwendo, I need to see start. If it's not Callum Mwendo, I need to see Jesus starting. Not Chris Wood tonight. I need the new toys out in force because I'm starving. I need to see them. Then I need to see starts of his philosophy. I don't care if he wants to go with the gun-ho tactics, if that's the philosophy he wants to implement. I don't care. As long as he starts to implement his philosophy. That's what I need to see. And this is off the back of his expectations. Because they asked him after the Arsenal game, they said, when will your philosophy come into play? How long will it take? He said, it won't be months, it won't be weeks, it'll be Wednesday. Okay, cool. I'm going to hold you to your standards. So I like that he said that. I was like, fair enough. You're there, you're freaking showing your chest. Cool. Now let's see it. So today's Wednesday. It's the first time a freaking third or fourth round of a Carabao Cup has got me interested. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm not a massive fan of Carabao Cup. I got 4 of them already. You know what I'm saying? They're gathering there in my trophy. It's not a high one on my priority list, but I want to see this as if we lose tonight, but I see Ange playing the new boys. I see Ange playing attacking. Fine.
No, it's not fine. It's not fine. No.
Hold on.
No. It seems like you've got terrorists on the plane. Yeah, it's very unsafe for you to land. You'll be endangering a lot of people at the airport. It is not fine if you get knocked out in the third round of the Carabao Cup. It is not fine. It really isn't fine. Like, let's be honest. Yeah, okay. Cool. I understand your mindset when it comes to Carabao Cup. and FA Cup. I understand your mindset, but let's look at the bigger picture. Yeah. Ange coming in to Nottingham Forest, he should be looking at winning whatever trophies that he can win. And this is a very, very easy, well, easy is a bit of a strong word, but it's a very, very real trophy that you can win. Why would you be fine with going out just to play in well? That doesn't, because we know that throughout the season, his football's going to be up, down, up, down, up, down. It doesn't matter if you play well.
Because my priority on trophies is Europa. I think Europa is easier to win than the Carabao.
Yeah, you've lost your mind.
Why?
You've lost your mind.
You think the Carabao Cup is harder to win than the Europa League? Wait, it's easier to win than the Europa League?
Without a shadow of a doubt. What are we? You don't have to travel to some next foreign lands, like all 8 hours on the plane, jet lagged. You don't have to go to these stadiums where
they ain't flying EasyJet, bro.
Like there's like tractors and trains going around the stadiums. Like you don't have to worry about man running on the pitch and punching up your players. Like, bro, like I'll be real. You could have a Carabao Cup run where you don't actually face a Premier League team to the quarterfinals.
Okay, and then what?
Depending on the Premier League team that you play, they might not even field a strong team. Like, for example, if you end up facing, say you end up facing Liverpool in the quarterfinal, Liverpool in the quarterfinal. If Liverpool are still challenging for the league and they're still challenging, say they're still challenging on all fronts, do you think that they're playing their first team against you in the Carabao Cup?
Okay, so you're telling me playing a weakened Liverpool team is easier than playing a fully strength Malmo team in the Europa League?
Why are you comparing Liverpool to Liverpool, one of the strongest teams? Tell me what one of the weakest.
Tell me what team you.
I don't know who's the strongest team in the Europa. Hey, Wolfie, I don't have to look at the Europa League. I'm in the Champions League. Who's the strongest team in the?
Doesn't matter. The debate is I've won the Champions League. So
doesn't matter.
Let's not do that, man. Let's not do that. We're talking about the Carabao Cup versus the Europa League. In my opinion, it's harder to win the Carabao Cup.
You're dodging my question. Who is the strongest European team?
Villa.
No, European team in the.
I'd say Roma or Betis.
By the way, I would rather face Liverpool's weakened team than Roma's starting 11. Are you okay?
Name me 3 starting players.
I can't name you them, but I know that Roma is a. Okay, so we're gonna play that. We're doing the YouTube thing now. Okay, cool. So because I can't name them,
the YouTube thing, man, but you're just saying
they don't have strong players. I hear it, man. I hear it. Because I can't name them, it means that they don't have strong players. You know, it's like because I don't watch every La Liga game, it means that I don't know about La Liga opposition. I hear it, man. I hear it. We're doing the YouTube.
That's not what I'm saying. You know, a weakened Liverpool. Okay, let me do this. The hardest run Forest could get in the Europa League, if everything, in the Carabao, everything went against us, we could end up with Arsenal in the quarterfinals, Man City in the semi-finals, and Liverpool in the final, for example. Okay, yeah. Would you agree with that or not? That is a possibility.
It is unlikely, but it is a possibility.
It's a possibility. But then you could add, we could get Chelsea. We could get Newcastle. We could get Palace, whatever, right? You could get all these teams.
You could also get Grimsby Town.
Huh?
You could also get Grimsby Town.
Okay, so you're saying if you look at the teams in the Carabao Cup after this round, how many of them do you think won't be Premier League teams?
There could be quite a few.
How many do you reckon?
Premier League teams don't take the Carabao Cup third round seriously. Hey, a Premier League team's already been knocked out. Aston Villa is already not in the competition.
Yeah, who'd they get knocked out by?
Brentford.
Premier League team.
Hold that. Yeah, Emery. Yeah. Where's all the Arsenal fans that tell me Emery?
You're going to do it.
I keep on telling people this guy's a fraud. No one wants to listen to me. Oh, by the way, big up Nico last week with us. Per chat. Bad man. Why is Hawks previewing Forest Swansea games? Hey, This shows Blood Brothers where we give some dedication to Arsenal. We give some dedication to Forest.
by the way.
Yeah, Nico, you should know this, man. I like me some Forest. You get me? So, yeah, go on, carry. Do you know what? We're gonna cut your fraudulence off because you've been very fraudulent, saying that you're fine if you lose this game. But
all right, fine. I'll retract that for the sake of the conversation. I expect us to win. My point when I was saying that was, I'm not about the result. I'm about what I see.
I hear it. Okay,
I want attacking football. I want goals. Now, naturally, if you get the attacking football, you get goals. You get the dub, right? So that's fine. But then I need him to also have a little common sense that if he plays Douglas Luiz tonight, and he better do, I don't want to see Douglas Luiz after the 60th minute. I want him straight back off so he's ready for Burnley. I need him to
ready for Burnley is crazy.
Nah, it's not crazy, bro. It's not crazy. Let's be real. You saw what Burnley did against Liverpool. You saw what they did against United. Okay, you got to take every game seriously. So I need Douglas Luiz off at the 60th minute. I need Bakwa off at the 60th minute. I do not need to see Milenkovic near that pitch tonight. I don't need to see Sells near that pitch tonight. I don't need to see Murillo. I don't think Murillo will be near that pitch anyway. Right? So that's what I want to do. I want him to get the game done and dusted in that first half so that he can get that team ready for Burnley. Because then we got Batiste afterwards. This is what I'm saying about Burnley. We've got to wrap Burnley up quickly. We can't do the Liverpool brown envelope penalty 92nd minute thing. We got to wrap it up early so that we can get him straight off the pitch, ready for Batiste. And then straight after that, we got Sunderland. Bro, we got Thursdays, Sundays, Wednesdays, Saturdays galore all the way into Christmas. So this is where it is. So we need to wrap this one up quickly, move on. I need to see a quick professional job. And that's what I need to see tonight. And it better damn well be Douglas Luiz. I agree, Mark. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, last two games we played, I think we beat them 5-1 when we got promoted and 4-0 or 4-1 away. So, like, we can score goals against them.
I don't know who timed you out, Juju, but don't time Juju out in it. Because Juju is actually someone that last season he casted a lot of Juju on my club, and I'm trying to keep him on my good side.
And he called you a top gooner.
Yeah, you did, but you did call me a top gooner. That's probably why you got timed out, because everyone knows I'm not a top gooner. I'm an Arsenal fan. But I would rather keep Juju on my good side so people don't time him out. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, look. Cool. Any prediction on that? Like, what's your prediction for the Swansea game?
4-0.
4-0 or 1-0?
4-0.
4-0. Okay, keeping a clean sheet. I respect it. That's the kind of base I want to be hearing in your chest. So finally, just to wrap up, obviously Arsenal play Manchester City on Sunday, and you guys play Burnley. We won't talk too much about the games. Like, I personally think Arsenal are just going to breeze Man City. I think that Nottingham Forest are going to breeze Burnley. But what predictions? Let's talk predictions. What do you think is going to happen scoreline wise for the Arsenal Man City game, and scoreline wise for the Nottingham Forest Burnley game?
I think we win 2-1 against Burnley. I think you draw.
You think we draw? Why do you think we draw?
I just think that
at the Emirates as well, by the way. It's not there.
Yeah, I know. I just think that as shit as Man U were, they were like, how can I explain this? You know, like if you're on death's bed, like now, what would you do? You'd call 999, and they'd say to you, 999 emergency services. What service do you require? Man City did that last week. 999, what service do you require? Well, we need 3 points. And he didn't send an ambulance. They didn't send the police. They sent Manchester United. That I think that just was the. What were those things called? The paddles. Boom. That was I don't know what the official name for him is.
And I know what you're talking about, though.
The clear. Yeah, that was Man U. So I think that, although I don't think Man City played well, I think United were utter shit. I think that's a little boost for Man City that they could take a little confidence from. Okay. The bolt cutters. No, ain't the bolt cutters. So I think Man City go into this game with a bit more confidence. And I think they draw. I think it could be a 0-0. I think your defense will be solid. And I think it'll be 0-0. Defibrillator, that's it.
Defibrillator, there we go.
One. That's the one.
And I tell you what.
I have you as favourites. I have you as favourites to win it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. You
just
have us
up a little. Just to wind you up.
You have us as favourites to win it.
To wind you up. Just to wind you up.
Draw. You have us as favourites to win it, but you think we'll draw. Oh, interesting. So you can be a favourite and not win.
Yeah. Just to wind you up. Just to wind you up.
I hear it. Okay, cool. Now fair play. I think we win 2-0. I'll be so real. Honestly, my thing right now is I don't know who scores against me. Maybe Man City get a wonder free kick as well. Maybe that's the way I'm conceding, wonder free kick. Saliba will probably be back.
Ireland.
So my defense gets stronger. Good, look, aside from the last time we played Man City at the Emirates, we punched them up 5-1.
Okay.
You think I don't fear Man City the way that some of you man fear, man. I don't fear them like that no more.
I don't fear Man City, man. I got the man who beats them every time in Ange. I'm not worried about it. Bring me the
I don't fear them no more, man. I don't fear them no more, man. I'll be real. And do you know what? Sorry. So on the Swansea game, I think you guys win 3-1. And then the Nottingham Forest Burnley game. As it stands right now, I'm going 2-1 Forest. As it stands right now, I'm going 2-1 Forest. Because Burnley look. Scott Parker's got them a bit solid defensive. They look hard to, and struggles breaking down.
I do think those 2 last-minute penalties would have psychologically taken a lot out of them against Man U and against Liverpool.
You get me? Tottenham definitely don't need to fear Man City this season either.
I don't either, man. I got the manager that knows how to beat them.
Oh, you don't fear them either? Okay. Okay. Do you know what? Yeah, it's so funny, yeah, how Tottenham fans, like, Tottenham just have this thing against Manchester.
You want delusion. This fan base, man. This fan base. The delusion of this fan base.
Oh, man. You know what?
So up there, man. like whatever angle of delusion you want to come at, the delusion of thinking they're a big club, the delusion of thinking they're going to win something this year, the delusion of the players they think they can attract to that club, the delusion of their manager who made his debut, by the way, yesterday in the Premier League, in the Champions League, the delusion of him never winning a trophy and he's going to win them something. It's crazy. The delusion that the Arabs are going to come in and take over from their owners. I can go on and on, man. It's like they should call it deluded Hotspurs, man. Literally, man. These are
the thoughts of Wolfie and Wolfie alone. I've already made it clear. I've already made it clear to everyone. I am not beefing any fan base this year. All I'm doing is focusing on Arsenal. Hey, whoever you support, you got the best manager in the world, you got the best player in the world, and you're going to win everything. All I care about is Arsenal. So, yeah, and I enjoyed that show, Wolfie. I mean, you was a bit shameless saying that just because you're a favourite, it means that you're winning something. And then literally at the end, you proved that I was correct. But yeah, people, I hope you enjoyed the show. Obviously, big up Sava for the raid. Big up all the Sava's crew that came through. Hope you've liked the video. Hope you've subscribed to the channel. Also, go over and show Wolfie some love over at Forest Fan TV. I'm gonna be raiding up Naf, never a foul. So just say Hooks raid, all of that good stuff. On the way out, like the video, and yeah, I'll catch you guys later on.